Hi guys, it's your girl Ginger Snaps and I'm back for more 90 Day Fiancé fuckery. Alright, this is a late video. I'm sorry. I was recovering from surgery, as you guys know, and I had to get my kids ready for school. It's back to school week, so it's all been crazy. But finally I have some downtime and I just want to recap last Sunday's episode, which was it's season 3 episode, I believe 4. So as always, I appreciate you guys for all your love and support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, so let's get to it. So we have Rebecca and Zied. I think that's how you pronounce it, Zied. So, all right, she has her biker jacket on again, and they go to his soccer. I guess he plays some kind of recreational soccer with his friends. And she, first of all, it was awkward because they're all so much younger than her. Number one. Number two, he greets all his friends. And I guess apparently Rebecca was insulted because he did not introduce her to his friends. So she, oh my God, it was just so, I don't know, it was just a weird vibe. So she's like, what are you doing? She was speaking to him kind of condescendingly. So he's like, oh, okay. So he introduces her to his friends, and then they go on and play. And she just stood there watching like a soccer mom. It was just so weird. And so after the game, I guess they all sit around to, have a little powwow. And, it's her amongst these younger dudes. And, before that, there was a comment made, which I raised my eyebrow at. When he introduced her, they ran back laughing, and there was a comment made, something to the effect of, "Oh, you're looking white now." I guess that one of his friends said that in their language, Arabic, or I don't even know what language they speak. And he chuckled and he said something like, "Yeah, I made it," or, whatever. So, that was weird because it makes it look like he's an opportunist and he's using her for his money. I don't know. That was questionable. So anyways, they're sitting around talking and they ask her how old is she, which is a no-no in American culture. But again, these are different cultures joining each other. So, she said it, with pride. She was like, "I'm 46, bitch." And, I don't know, it was weird. You could tell she was not happy with that, and then they start speaking in their language and it's awkward and she starts questioning them. "Do you guys like Americans?" That was just, it seemed, had a tinge of defensiveness. And so then they asked her about her tattoo sleeve. She has a whole arm of tattoos and they asked her how much that cost. And she said $3,000, which floored me. I had no idea a whole arm of tattoos would cost that much. I was like, what? And so they're like, "Oh, you can open a store with that." Which, see, the thing is with Americans, we use money, we do things like, we vacation, we buy things for pleasure. We'll get a tattoo with it. I'll spend money to get my hair done. Other cultures, they see money as a means to make more money. It's so them saying, I wasn't surprised when they said that, the whole store comment. That's typical because they can't conceive spending $3,000, which in their eyes, and their money too over there, that's a lot of money. And they can't conceive of using that to write on your skin. They're seeing as how to better themselves, enrich their lives, make themselves grow, just like Azan and the whole Storegate, if there really is a store. Who knows with that? I don't know about that. And so, so she, Rebecca doesn't give a fuck. She's like, whatever. And there was one of his friends that made a comment that he hopes, in a confessional, he hopes to get American too. I guess to finesse her. That was weird too. And Rebecca I think someone made a comment on Instagram about that, and Rebecca was like, don't trust him. You know, I think that same guy is on Instagram trying to holler at American women too. And Rebecca came under the comments and said he's a creep, ignore him. So I don't know if something's gonna happen during the season, or maybe she just doesn't like him because he was the one that was mainly questioning her. And so later on, Zied and Rebecca are getting ready to go out. And Zied's laugh kills me. Everything with him is, so beautiful. That's all Zied does, so beautiful. But hey, this part of the episode, Zied did not have his so beautiful side come out. His ugly side, in Rebecca's words, this side of his angry side or his controlling side came out. So they're getting ready to go out, and Rebecca says it's been stressful, getting there. Where are they again? They're not in Morocco. Where are they? No, they're not in Syria. They're not in Morocco. Oh my, I forgot what country they're in. So they're there, and they're getting ready to go out. And so she wears, and this pissed me off as well. So she wears something that's revealing or something. It was like a sleeveless camisole or a sleeveless top, and her bosom spilleth over somewhat. And you see her sleeves. And Zied is adamant. He's like, listen, bitch, I ain't going nowhere with you looking like that. In America, it'd be fine. But listen, guys, in other countries, it's not like America, okay? Modesty is the law. You cannot show any part of your skin. So he's like, you can't go out like that. And she's like, I don't care. I'm wearing it. You know what? It'll be okay. Put on your coat. Put on your jacket. Put on your shoes. She got so militant with him. And, he was trying to flex his manpower too, but he's like, I'm not going out with. And she says, I'm going to put a jacket over it. He said, you really going to stay with that jacket the whole night wearing it on? And she's like, yes. He's like, what? He didn't believe her. And he said, I'm not going out with you. She's like, yes, we're going. And she's acting like this, not because she's trying to assert herself because no man's going to tell her what to do. She's only doing this because her ex-husband, who was Moroccan, was controlling. And she acquiesced to all his requests to wear hijab, don't wear makeup, don't wear this, don't wear that. So now she wants another Middle Eastern man, but she wants to still be her. And you know what? What did you think? She wants the Middle Eastern dick, but she doesn't want the Middle Eastern machismo, I guess, that comes with them. These men all live by the same customs. So you can't drop one and then try to pick up another one and mold him. No, it's not like he's Americanized. He's straight from the Middle East. What do you expect? So, and it's not just me saying this. She got a lot of flack for it on social media. That was an asshole move on her side. So she doesn't care, and then she brings her ass to the club or wherever they were. And Zied even said, he told her, this is not America. So he's not being controlling. He knows his country. He said it. I know, Tunisia, they're in Tunisia. He's like, I know my country. Then he broke out in his Tunisian dialect, which, do they speak French in Tunisia, guys? They must, because I was able to pick up, they must speak some kind of Tunisian mixed with French, because I was able to pick up some of the stuff he was saying. Basically, he was explaining the differences between America and Tunisian culture and all this and that. And you know what, guys? I'm sorry. I agree with him. She should not have done that. You already went there in mind to break the rules of that country. You stayed in a hotel with him, okay? And you guys are not supposed to even be in the same room. You guys did that. You're having sex with him. You're not supposed to. She did it. Then they're on the hotel balcony the day after their sex, sipping coffee as if they're in, New York City. And she just has no couth in this country. You can't act like that. So you know what? I was not with her on this. And it's not just me. All of social media, most of social media got on her and ragged on her, Rebecca. Shame on you, Rebecca. You go to another country, for the time that you're there, you need to adopt to their social norms. or you're gonna pay the consequences that come with it. And I think next episode there was some brouhaha at the club, and because Zied feels like he has to protect his women, that's their norm. That's how they feel. That's how they flex and show to men, listen, this is my woman. There's no looking at her, no touching her, nothing. It does sound like, oh, she's my property. But hey, that's why I would never get with a man like that. Okay, yes, some of these Middle Eastern men are fine. They are good looking, okay? But if you know how they react and how they treat women, how they regard women, why would you even attempt to even go and marry one, be with one, and try to stick to the American norms? They don't even respect American women for the most part as it is. So Rebecca, thumbs down for you. All right, next up is our friend Tim. And Tim is on his way to Bucaramanga to meet his girlfriend, Jennifer. I feel like calling her Jennifer. So that's how some Latino people say Jennifer. But anyways, so Tim. I didn't realize how much of a metrosexual Tim is. He's on the plane and he puts these, which I've been meaning to try them myself, these gold, what do you call them? Under eye mask thingies. And he's like, I have to put these on to, it's a long flight and I'm going to be tired. So just so I don't meet her with any bags under my eyes, I put these on. If I sat next to Tim on the plane with those on, I would have been like, what the fuck? He just looked, I don't know. He looked silly with them. Low-key, he really did. I know what they're for, but he's taking it a little too far. It's not that serious. But I guess he's very metrosexual. I didn't get that vibe from him in the beginning, but I guess, as the episodes go on, and I guess he's really into his appearance and looks. And I think that all goes back to the insecurities. He's very insecure and has residual, I want to say trauma, I guess, from being bullied in his younger years. So it's carrying on into adulthood. And hence, that's why he does these little metrosexual things. I think he even wears, which it's not too metrosexual, he wears clear nail polish, which, that's a pretty boy thing. But for some women, they don't like that. I know, to me, it's normal because Caribbean men wear it all the time. I actually used to apply clear base coat on my uncle's nails. He was very, just into himself, pretty boy style. But anyways, so that's Tim. So he's on his way. He's on the plane. And then it pans over to Colombia where we meet Jennifer. Jennifer is, she's pretty and she's fit. She's a spicy Latina and she's a model. And I think, are they all models in Bucaramanga like Pau? But to me, she's way much better looking than Pau. Pau is just, I can't stand Pau, and she's not it. But this girl, Jennifer, she's pretty and she's fit. She's very model-esque. She says she's divorced and her husband didn't get along. And she has one child, a toddler. So that marriage, I guess, did not last long at all. And so where are they? She's poolside, I guess, with her friends, and they asked to see a pic of Tim, and she pulls up a car. So is her attraction to him materialistic, or is that all that Tim shows? This union is not, I don't know, something's not right with it. It's not gonna go down well. I don't think so, because she's attracted. You could tell she's very, that she seems very materialistic, and Tim has no problem showing off his materials. So that's all she sees in it. So she shows a car, and then she explains to her friends that she thinks he has a secret that has to do with Veronica. So I guess they're on the same page with that. Yes, Tim has a secret. It seems like every damn body on this show and their mama and their cousin has a secret on this show. Like, what the hell? We still don't know what the secret is, but Jennifer has caught on to the, I guess, to the feeling, or I think she thinks it involves Veronica. So there's something there. She doesn't know what it is, and we're just waiting for Tim to reveal it. What do you guys think it is? What is it? Is Tim and Veronica secretly married? Does he have a kid somewhere that he doesn't, not take care of? Maybe the mom doesn't want to give him access. What could the secret possibly be, guys? Is he a hermaphrodite? What could it possibly be? But involving Veronica, I can't even imagine. Is he really her kid's dad? Veronica, whatever. And this is stupid. Anything for a storyline. Anyways, all right. He arrives and he's very anxious. And he says he feels like Jennifer is out of his league. And you know what? They're on the same page about each other. In that, yes, she's very pretty, and like I said, she's into material things. And he knows she's very pretty, and he's not her type. This is just, then why go all the way to Colombia? Why? So I just don't understand these people on 90 Day Fiancé. So, all right, so they go there. They go to the airport. Not Veronica. Jennifer and her baby to meet Tim, and Tim hops out with this big old teddy bear, which was ridiculous, to give to her baby. And when they meet, she's excited. She's ecstatic. I think she's only ecstatic because of the money opportunities and the financial support she's gonna get derived from him, but. He was very formal. It was so awkward. He didn't even kiss her. He acted like it was a friend. It was just so weird. And she's still concerned about Veronica. In the car ride, they're barely looking at, he's barely looking at her. He's so socially awkward, and she picked up on that. See, she's confident, and she goes off a vibe, so she can feel his insecurity, and he's just sitting there, he can't look at her. I think he said she's so beautiful. This is just not gonna end well. And then she gets mad all over again in the car about Veronica calling, and she's like, why does Tim depend on her so much? And Tim's like, well, she brought me to the airport. She wanted to see if I was all right. Tim, Veronica didn't have to bring you to the airport. You have money, right? Allegedly, you're a business owner. There's something called Uber. You could have Ubered to the airport. I've Ubered to the airport several times. You could have easily done that. So what is it with Veronica? Why aren't you guys together? It just doesn't make sense. And you know what? I understand that Jennifer would get upset with it. I don't think Jennifer is being irrational. So again, he reiterates they have a secret, and okay, we're just gonna wait to see what this secret is. Da, da, da! Ugh, I just can't stand these storylines. All right, next up we have Benjamin, who, if you guys remember, he's a white guy, and he's, very nerdy, quirky. I thought he was gonna be another Colt, but I don't think so yet. He was married. And his previous wife was black. I'm not sure if she was African, but she's black, and they had trust issues, and it didn't work out, and she dumped him and filed for divorce on their anniversary, that's messed up. And you could tell he's torn up about it. He was really, I kind of felt bad for him. From that union, they have a son, Grayson, I think he is, and he's so cute. And so he's looking for love, and he kept getting played. Apparently in the States, kept getting stood up at Olive Garden or something. So he broadened and expanded his horizons to the motherland, Africa, where he met online, I guess. Did he go to africadate.com? I don't know. So he met Akini. So Akini and him are long distance dating. She's from Kenya. I don't know, she's 26. And they're in love. And Akini too, she seems kind of goofy as well, but I don't know, they're in love. So Benjamin is on his way to Africa. He's broke as hell, living check to check, and he's nervous because he's gonna have to pay her family a dowry. I don't understand people. You know you're broke, but yet you're traveling halfway across the world to retrieve your wife, and it's estimated it could be $15,000. What are you gonna pay with? Hopes and dreams? How are you gonna pay this dowry? Or bride price or whatever it's called. But anyways, here we are. So in this scene, Benjamin's playing with his cute son, and he's explaining to his son that he has to go to Africa to meet his friend. And he explains he doesn't want to introduce him to Akini yet. He hasn't told him because he doesn't know if it doesn't work out and doesn't want Grayson to get attached to her and then rip her out of his life if they break up, which I understand. Kids are very impressionable at young ages. You can't just introduce people into their lives, different people, different relationships. You know, they need to have stability. So I understand that. So yeah, he didn't want him to get attached to her. So, yeah, so now he's on his way to the airport, and again we hear about this stupid dowry that he can't afford, and he only has $1,000 left to his name. And okay, I really don't know what these people are thinking or doing. So we pan over to Akini. She's in Africa. She's pretty, and she says that I almost said cult. Benjamin is not typically her type. She goes for tall, dark, and handsome, and he's white and not what she's used to. And she said her dad, she's nervous about her dad because her dad thinks white people are a problem. These storylines kill me. He can't afford a dowry. And her father is apparently prejudiced. A disaster waiting to happen. Nonetheless, so she still, is in love with him. And, yes, so she said her brother has to get along with Benjamin as well. They must get along so her brother can vouch for Benjamin to her dad. So it's like he has to go through hoops and just obstacles just to be with her. And Akini did voice the fact that she doesn't want to be a stepmom. Another wrench in this whole debauchery. So yeah, we have a lot of different things going around in this storyline, but nonetheless, they love each other. All right. Okay. So finally, she goes to the airport and waits for him. He's on his way, and they're both anxious, and the suspense is building up, and then they meet. And I must say, you guys, this meetup was not like Tim and Jennifer. This was passionate. I mean, Benjamin, isn't he a pastor in training? He laid the kiss of all kisses on her. And TLC, you guys have to pick better background music. I had another song playing in my head while they kissed. They kissed passionately in the airport. I don't think they even saw anything that was going on around them. I envisioned it like Maxwell was playing in the background. It was kind of heartwarming. I smiled, and you know what? I cocked my head to the side. I said, "Aw." But I was like, "Excuse me, Pastor." Okay. And they both get into the car, and he can't stop touching her. And, I don't know. He just was, I don't know. That was a genuine meeting. The chemistry was there. They're both attracted to each other. She was petting him like a pet dog. Oh, his hair, your hair is this, your hair. I guess she's really happy. We live here. We have different cultures. So I see you, white people. You see me, like a black person, every day. But she was like, oh my God, his hair, so soft. I was like, oh, okay. Well, we have to realize these people really, it's just one race out there. So even though that was kind of weird to me, but when I thought about it again, they don't see white people every day walking around. So I don't know. It is what it is. But what pissed me off is Akini 2, guys, has a secret. What is the secret? What is it, guys? Is she married? Was she married? Does she have an ex-husband? Does she have a child somewhere in the village? What is going on? I mean, is the dowry 30,000? What? Everybody has a secret. So is the application process for this show, TLC, that you must have a secret? Is that one of the must-haves? I don't understand. It's ridiculous. Everyone has a secret. Avery has a secret for her mom. She's not coming. Tim has a secret. Rebecca has a secret. Maria has tons of secrets over in Russia or Ukraine or whatever. So that must be a requirement before coming on this show. All right. Next we have Darcy, which I'm really over her storyline, guys. This is just, at this point, this is so fake. I have no idea what's going on. If you guys saw my last video, Tom, who is this? Tim or Tom? Yes, Tom, sorry, was exposed as being a fraud, a fake, a phony, and Instagram lit his ass up, which I'm going to post another video about all the memes they made about him, which were quite funny. But apparently he's having fun with it too. So I don't understand. Is he a paid actor to be Darcy's love interest on this show? It's okay. Let's just entertain this, guys, as if it's true. So Tom takes Darcy to an Airbnb that he booked for her to stay in. They're having wine and they're exchanging compliments. And then Darcy, as always, starts crying. And Tom, you know, with the British stiff upper lip, is like, no. He's turned off. And he's like, please stop it, Darcy, just stop. And he's like, he says he finds it unattractive. She wants him to stay the night and to sleep with her. And he's like, no, bitch, you're staying here. I'm staying upstairs, in the fancier room, in the master suite. And she wants that room. He says he's trying to be a gentleman, but he agrees to just cuddle with her. She said, just to cuddle? What, guys, what happened to Dart? I heard she's an actress. What happened to her? Is she traumatized by something in her life, or is she really acting and this is just, and if she's acting, it's not fair, because then you're just using this 90-day fiance slot to just act stupid when there are other quote unquote real couples out there that are really trying to go through the K1 visa process. The whole point of this is Tom gonna come to the US to do the K1 visa? I just don't understand. Anyway, so let's keep entertaining this. She wants to cuddle. Then Darcy drank too much. And you know what? I was thinking maybe Jesse was right, you guys. We all villainized Jesse, but he did call her an alcoholic, but I'm starting to think she really is. She puts on this whole show. And how could you do this? Aren't there camera crew in the background? She throws her legs up on the bed. Her crotch is hanging out. This is just, and Tom the whole time is just looking at her like, what the hell did I get myself into? So yeah, she drank too much, then they end up cuddling, fell asleep. And apparently Darcy is having night terrors and she turns into Muhammad Ali during the night because she went and socked Tom in the middle of the night to the point where she gave him a bloody nose. I mean, this is just, you can't make this shit up. So they wake up and there's like bloody, horror stained blood sheets everywhere. And she's like, what happened? And he's like, yeah, you socked me in the nose, bitch. And she's like, why don't you have a bruise? Who gets a fucking black and blue nose? Oh, Darcy, from being, I've never seen that. And he's looking at her like, bitch, you hit me in the nose. And she's like, ow. So then he has plans for her, which this part I like. So they go to the river. They call it, I thought it was Thames. I guess in Britain, they call it the River Thames. I don't know. So that was cute. I'd like to do that one day. Then yet again, she starts crying. And I don't know. She starts crying at the ambiance and the romance. Then she played herself, guys. Darcy's stupid. So she starts alluding to them being together, and she starts talk. What did she start talking about? Marriage or something, relationship wise. And he reveals to her that, I've been seeing other women. She's like, really? And he further goes on to tell her that he cut them off about 5 days before Darcy arrived. So Darcy, congratulations, you played yourself. Although you do look good in your Louboutin and your Fendi. That is all. All right, so we have Omar and Avery and Avery's mom. They are going wedding dress shopping. Like everything else, Avery's mom is also pissed off about this because she wanted to do the traditional mother-daughter picking of the wedding dress. But Omar will be there. And, in America, usually the groom doesn't see the wedding dress until the day of the wedding. Well, in Syrian or Muslim culture, the man is right there front and center, helping to put input into the wedding dress as well. So she's upset about that. So anyway, they go. And she tries on a lot of different dresses, and the second dress was gorgeous, but Omar finds it too tight. And the mother, listen, her mother is throwing shade left and right. She's like, well, Omar says the dress is too tight. She's like, Avery was wearing booty shorts and wore tight stuff before. And Omar has this look, like he doesn't say anything, and he has this like look on his face. But the mother is, I don't know if she's testing or if she's just warning Omar and just being honest with him. Like, listen, Avery today is not Avery of yesteryear, literally. So whenever she can, she'll say, Avery used to do this. Avery used to do that. Avery used to smoke crack. Avery was a slut piece. She's just throwing it all out there. So yeah, so she tries on another dress, and it is it's nice. Omar really likes it, and when Omar agrees, Avery said, yes, this is it. And Avery's mom said, you know what? I don't think this is gonna last long. She's not gonna like Omar telling her what to do all day long. And you know what, guys? I agree with Avery's mom. You know why? Okay, we have a dichotomy here. We have Rebecca, who is gung-ho, going to the other extreme where she's trying to force a Muslim man out of his beliefs, out of his comfort zone, okay? She's, by her past experiences, that's why she's acting like that with Zied. On the other side, you have Avery, who has converted, and it's all within the span of 6 months, guys, not a year, who's converted and thrown herself into a full-on relationship and soon to be marriage with a traditional Muslim man who has never stepped foot in the United States and only knows nothing but his culture, okay? And Avery is just agreeing with everything, adopting it full force. And yes, I do agree that I think she is going to just be like, you know what, this is just too much. She is losing herself, and I think she feels like she has to be that way. When any religion, I don't think you need to lose yourself. You know what I mean? I think Avery is subscribing to what she thinks she should be doing or acting when you don't really have to. And this was apparent in the next scene. So then they go to eat, and the mother, Avery's mom, is trying to get her to get some wine, to drink some wine. This is her testing, okay? She's testing. The only thing that I disagree with is Avery is under 21. So why is the mother trying to persuade her to drink? Or does she know that Avery used to guzzle down liquor left and right, which she blows up Avery's spot and says she blew her. There's too much blowing up. I wouldn't do this to my kid. I understand you don't agree and you're trying to show Omar that this girl used to be crazy and wild, but she is just blowing her up a little too much. Like, it's really bordering on the line of being malicious. And so when Avery's mom suggested that she get a drink, Omar's like, what? I think Avery said some Long Island iced tea. And maybe she's allowed to drink there because international, I know the drinking age is lowered to 18. I believe she's 19. But anyways, Omar's like, no. And then Avery quickly's like, no, I can't do that. And the mom's like, why? You were not hesitant before to drink. You alcoholic. Basically, that's what she was trying to say. And so Omar's getting, weird about it and frustrated. And, so Avery's like, no, I'm not going to drink. And then now the mom gets to Googling and she starts questioning Omar about Muslim laws and, religious beliefs. So she read a line or something, or a verse, a Quranic verse. I don't know. Is that how you say Quranic? A verse from the Quran that says, if your wife doesn't give it up, you beat her ass. That's what she basically, so she said, are you going to beat her ass? And he's like, oh, hell no. That's not the Quran. That's not Islam. And he says it's hadith. So, I was Googling hadith. So basically, I guess it's an interpretation of the Quran, or it's rules, man-made rules that was created. Was it by the Prophet Muhammad? I don't know. But anyways, that's not from the Quran. That's just man-made rules, which in Christianity, we have that too. We have perversions of the Bible. People want to adopt and add their own spin on the Bible. And sometimes it becomes, the norm for some people. But not everybody. I can't think of an example what's an example? All right. I know that during slavery, masters, the white masters used to interpret certain verses to justify enslaving Africans. See, stuff like that. I guess that would be considered hadith, which not everybody believed in at the time, but some people would interpret, or they would manipulate the word. Yeah, that's a better term. Manipulate it to fit their own personal narratives. So I'm guessing, I'm not sure. Anybody who's out there, please in the comments, if you know anything about hadith, can you explain it? But I feel like the way Omar explained it, it's a manipulation of the word or the gospel to fit their narrative. Okay, so that's where that wife beating comes in. And I raised a brow though, because first, you guys, did you guys catch that? Omar said, no, I wouldn't beat her. She's nice to me. They were like, what? Then he said, I don't know if he was joking. Then he said it's hadith. So that part, right? So, he said, I would never do that. We wouldn't, and then we would follow that. We would not follow that. That's what him and Avery said. And then he got frustrated because he feels like Avery's mom doesn't respect Islam, and he's very devoted to him. And you have to listen. We have to respect each other's choice, or not even a choice. Some people are born into religions. You just have to respect it. You know what I mean? So if you are, you can be ignorant and not know. I could have read that and say, oh my God, you guys are allowed to beat your wives. But then I would ask someone for clarification. It's just the way she approached him about it, which could be insulting to some people. But one thing that was funny, and I don't know if you guys caught that, Avery started saying, what was she saying? She was saying, oh, I'm not, or was that the previous scene? I may be getting my scenes mixed up. I don't know. But she started saying, I'm not allowed to do this. I'm not allowed to do that. I can't drink. I can't. He's like, no, it's not about that, which I agree with Omar. It's the laws in the Quran, even in the Bible, they're not about, you're not allowed. It's things to avoid repercussions of your actions. For all religions, you have to act in a way. Humanity, you have to conduct in yourself to avoid consequences and repercussions. So you should not drink to the point of inebriation because you're not of sound mind. So you start acting a mess. You know what I mean? And what does that lead to? You get in trouble, you can murder, you can just, so certain behaviors, even in the Bible, they're not tolerated not because you're not allowed or it's to control because they can lead to self-destruction. That's what I believe in my faith. And I guess in Islam, it's the same thing. We all have to respect each other. But I think, again, Avery only adopted Islam because she's like, you know what? I got to change my life. I have to live within confines. And she probably had bad examples. A lot of us in the United States, we have bad examples of Christianity. We grew up in Christianity. We see that some people take it seriously, but we see people don't take it seriously. We see people engaging in drug use even though they're in church, having premarital sex even though they're in church, doing other stuff, murder, killing, this and that. In America, our perception of people who follow Islam, we see them as they are so devoted to it. They abide by every rule. They may not, but on the outside looking in, it seems like they do. So, like I said, Avery was out there slumming and slutting it up and smoking and drinking and killing and whatever she was doing. She felt like she needed a change, a drastic change in her life. Her faith was not doing it for her, so she turned to another faith where she would have to follow, and it's all about for her, not allowed, not allowed. Avery, you're going to fall off, okay? Even for us in Christianity, it's called backsliding. I feel like Avery will backslide in Islam as well. She'll just get sick of it because her approach to conversion was for self-control and not for conviction. Woo! Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch what I said? Her approach to convert to Islam was for self-control and not because she was convicted, guys. Okay. If y'all didn't catch that word, I don't know. Even for Christianity, it's true. I honestly feel that. That's, you know what? I said it all right there. For me, that makes sense. That's what I've been trying to get at all along. Avery felt like she needed to be reined in. Even, didn't you guys notice even Omar said, no, that not like that. When she said, I'm not allowed. He said, no, that's not what it's about. She's only 6 months in. Yeah, she's a baby, Muslim, just like there's baby Christians who convert, so they need help. But I don't think she should, in her baby stage, have gotten married. Does she feel like she needs to live under someone maybe who will constantly remind her and keep in line? Is that why she's marrying Omar so quick? Maybe. I don't know. But Avery is smart. She brought up to her mom when her mom was trying to get at Omar for this whole hadith thing. Avery said, what about the Old Testament? Which is true, guys, because the Old Testament got some crazy, outlandish laws and edicts. Okay, here's one where women, if you're on your period, you can't step out. Okay? When you were on your period, you are a social pariah. Everyone, if they find out you're on your period, they scurry away from you. They treat you like you have leprosy. Should we go back to that? So when Avery brought up the whole, what about the Old Testament? Her mom's like, nope, because her mom knew. So every religion has their quirks, guys. That's the whole point. We cannot sit there and judge other people's religions because the same can be said about your own respective religion as well. Because every religion has man-made thoughts and manipulations infused into them. All right, I'm not going to spend too much time on Caesar because this is a fraud storyline, in my opinion, until proven otherwise. And if it is true, I can't believe anybody is this stupid and this glib. But anyway, so Caesar is eating noodles so he can go to Mexico. This is a shit show, you guys. So last week, Maria canceled the trip because her mom's birthday was coming up. So did her mom's date of birth change this year? How do you accept someone to buy you plane tickets, Maria, and then you have to cancel because of your mother's birthday? So I think Maria, amongst her other excuses, apparently, guys, Maria's mother is the first person on this earth in history whose date of birth just changes. But anyways, so Caesar bought her another ticket, which is stupid if this is true, and allowed Maria to keep the other money because in order for Maria to come to the United States, she needs to have her tooth done, her boobs done. She needs electrolysis. She needs extensions done. She just needs all this stuff. So she's just like, all right, just keep it, go do all that, and I'm buying you the ticket, which he never did. So maybe he should have did that in the first place. All right, so now he's on his way to Mexico, and Maria is not responding at all, you guys. Surprise, surprise. So the producer is asking him, how do you feel? And he just says, I still have hope. I still have hope. Oh my God. And so again, he has hope, and he replays her generic baby, my husband videos. And I guess that's what gives him hope. I guess that's what keep hope alive for him. The video that she masked sends to all of her Johns. Anyways, so the next morning, no response. He texted her, I love you, whatever, no response. So this fool attributes her lack of response to the different time zones. So what's the difference of time zones? It has to be like 2 days. So because nighttime, he said time zones they're sleeping. So apparently nighttime in Ukraine lasts 48 hours and she can't get back to him. This is just stupid as the episode goes on. So he gets to Cancun and no response yet. On the plane ride, no response. And he gets to the airport, he loses his luggage, which is a sign, stupid Caesar. And Maria still hasn't responded. So that's all that was. Maria didn't respond. I'm done. Okay, you guys, I am done with this storyline. I cannot wait next week. I want to see, listen, I will eat crow if Maria shows up. She's not showing up. If she does, then TLC did a good job at just spinning this and just creating a climax. If not, if she doesn't show up, we all know she won't show up. Then what was the point in airing this? What was the point? It was so predictable. But anyways, guys, that's it for this episode 4, I believe, recap of season 3 of 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. Leave all your comments below. I'm curious to see you guys to see your thoughts. Particularly, I want to hear your thoughts on Rebecca and Tattoo Gate and Avery and Wedding Dress Gate and Hadith Gate. I want to hear what you guys think about that. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in and listening to me babble. I love you guys so much. Thanks for tolerating me. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Bye.